in this place, catching vibes, sit back and we blaze, hit the sky like I'm out of space, natural high, light it up, light it up, light it up.
Man, that get me going every single time. What's going on, cigar enthusiasts? What's going on, cigar world? This is Jack, the cigar enthusiast, and I'm back with another banger. And today is another segment of Cigars and Business. Man, sorry, I started hearing some echoes in some of my phones, so I wanted to stop and figure out where it was coming from. But anyway, man, what's going on, cigar world? What's going on, cigar enthusiasts? This is Jack, the cigar enthusiast, and I'm back with another banger. And today is another segment of the virtual smoke deck. And today we have had to postpone our segment with the Lit Torch to be scheduled sometime in January. We was trying to figure it out. Due to unfortunate circumstances, we had to end up rescheduling it. At the end of the day, in this type of segment or this type of business, for that matter, things unexpected happen, and it's all about how you adapt and overcome, man. And I shout out to Susie and shout out to Kia. Whenever y'all ready, just let me know. And we're praying for you guys on a daily. So let us know if you need anything, and let's go. So anyway, man. Shout out to all the cigar enthusiasts watching across the world, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. And if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that like button and hit that share button. Show your boy some love, because we got a banger for you today. Today we smoking on the Palencia Irma Fuente Box Press Robusto paired with some Jefferson. I almost said Jameson. Jefferson small batch blended straight from the bourbon whiskeys, man. I actually found this, a couple weeks looking for this one particular whiskey that goes really well with making an old fashioned. And it has, what up, Sean? What up, D, man? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. So we end up, man. I was coming across. I was looking for this Hudson whiskey, and it's a corn whiskey. So it's a white whiskey, and it makes for a really good old fashioned if you know how to make it, man. Anyway, so I came across this thing, and I started doing some research on it, and I said I'm gonna try it, and I got some on some ice right here, and it actually goes great with this Palencia Irma Fuente. And anyway, that's what I'm drinking on tonight. If you cared, I don't care if you didn't, but you already know what it is, man. We back with another segment of the virtual smoke deck, man, and we about to do some big things tonight. Today we got some interesting topics. But before we jump straight into the cigar topics, man, did anybody watch that fight last night? Anybody? Because those are some hilarious fights, man. I had a good friend of mine that I've been knowing for a little while was over here watching it with me. And, when I seen Jake Paul come out, I was like, man, Jake Paul fighting. And then they said Nate Robinson. I was like, Nate Robinson? Nate Robinson, the basketball player, the same one that won all the dunk contests and all this good stuff, is fighting. And then you look at the matchup card, and it didn't make sense. Jake Paul, 5'11", I think he was like 5'8". It was just a whole bunch of mismatches. But I thought he was going to be able to give a better fight than that. Boy, we was watching that dang fight, man. These mothers was hugging. I mean, they damn near was kissing, but they was definitely doing a lot of hugging. And that boy hit him that one time, And I don't know if the ref, I think the ref, I thought the ref really forgot to start counting or something, because this dude, like, he was on the ground for at least 12 seconds, then got back up, got hit again. Got hit again. Now, the whole time during this thing, if you didn't watch the fight, man, Snoop Dogg was commentating. Oh my God. That dude was roasting him, right? And then I'm over here just dying, cracking up, laughing. Then he get hits again. When he got hit again, I was like, oh my God. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. And Lord, I ask that you remove Nate Robinson's body up out of this ring before he die. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Boy, I instantly started praying for this fool, because I'm like, yo, who in the hell trained him? And who in the hell told him he can box? Because somebody clearly lied to him and clearly, didn't even train him. I could have went in there and gave Jake Paul a much better fight than what we've seen. And then on top of that cost $50 to watch. And then you get to the Mike Tyson fight and the Roy fight, which I honestly stayed up until 12 o'clock to watch it. And I stayed up to watch it, right? And, I understand it was an exhibition. It wasn't a win or lose fight. But, man, this 2020, man. It is 2020. Man, stop with all them damn trophies. Everybody get a trophy stuff. If you was watching that fight, it was clear as day that Mike Tyson won that fight. It was clear as day. Like, Roy couldn't even stand up. He couldn't stand up. That boy was limped over, hurting the whole time. But it was a draw. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get to this NFL, man. This NFL, it is something. It is something else. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It is something else. Teams that ain't supposed to be losing. Teams that's supposed to be winning, losing. It's a complete shit show. But anyway, man, that's what's up for the sports, man. I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving, man. I enjoyed mine. If you don't follow me on Facebook, I'm sorry to hear that. But go follow me, man. Me and my wife and my kids, we decided that we was gonna record our Thanksgiving this year, man, and we had a good time. I tell you what, man. If I could say any of it was rehearsed, I'd be lying to you, because Lord knows if it was, I wouldn't let none of that. Denver, my baby, she is something else. She is something else. I promise you. I can tell her to come outside right now and tell you something, and she will. What's going on? Just straight out go. But anyway, man, it was a great time. We didn't do much. We actually stayed in the house because that coronavirus is real, man. I used to think it was fake, but it's real, man, for real. And I just smoked. I smoked and had a good time. Man, so it was a really good time, man. We had some greens, we had some dressing, we had some yams, you know what I mean, some turkey. Man, y'all go ahead and comment below on what y'all had for Thanksgiving dinner, man. I would love to see what you ate. And then we about to get into it. And then on top of that, man, I hope you didn't spend a lot of money on Black Friday like my wife do. I really think that Black Friday gives my wife a true excuse to spend money, because my wife is, let me tell you the type of wife I got. My wife is the type that'll go to the store, and because they can tell her she'll save $2, and she gonna buy it because she can save $2. And I be looking at it, but like, man, what is you doing? So Black Friday, these companies mark up all this stuff, and she commented, they mark up all this stuff, and they discount it like it's regular price. Like if they was to really discount their stuff, that's what they'll sell for, right? So she uses Black Friday to really go out and I mean just have a ball on everything. And I tell you what, most of the year we're buying stuff for the kids. This year we decided that we're not gonna do Thanksgiving. I mean traditional Christmas. We're gonna go start doing trips and different stuff like that. But she still spent a lot of money. Like I didn't understand it. I mean, it got to a point where I'm like, well, shit, she gonna keep spending. Let me go get it, give me some. Because, you know, it just don't make no sense. And I'll be like, honey, do we need that? Honey, do you need to buy that? And she still go buy it. Answer the question with a no every time, but still go buy it, man. But anyway, man, this is Jack, the cigar enthusiast, man. You know, I noticed something else, but I ain't gonna say it too much now. I noticed a lot of people been watching my stuff. A lot of people been taking my ideas too. And I ain't talking about you, Sean, so don't worry about it, bro. Hey, thanks, brother. And I've been noticing that people been taking my stuff. You know, it's this guy that also calls himself the cigar enthusiast. And I was like, what? I'm like, did he just take out my name and use everything else? Like, he took out Jack and put his name and said the cigar enthusiast. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, where is that? I mean, Jesus. I mean, I've been on here a little while. Like, my God, you can't at least, you know, try to get a little bit more original. Like, Jesus. But I mean, I love it, man. I appreciate it because I'm glad that I am able to be a role model. And I think, especially during Cigars and Business Talk, this is my time to, you know, to really try to not really say be a role model, but it's my time to, you know, just kind of get some advice on some life lessons I have learned in business. And one thing is be original. You know, a lot of people like Dapper Dan's, your cigar lounge called that. No, if I wanted to name it Dapper Dan's, I would have said Dapper Dan's. Oh, well, what did D stand for? Darian, jackass. Like, do you not know my name? Come on, I should say Dapper J's. I mean, that didn't make sense. I couldn't use that either. So all I say is, man, when you doing stuff, do stuff that is, you know, not obviously advantageous for your company, but makes sense. You know, I'm a really nice dresser. When I'm not, you know, in my polos, I'm a really nice dresser. Y'all see what I be doing. And my initial name for the lounge was gonna be DNR Cigars. DNR Cigars, and I kid you not, I make no lies to you. It's gonna be DNR Cigars, which stands for my name, Darian, my wife named Renisha, right? It was gonna be DNR Cigars, and we was gonna put a stethoscope. I maybe said that wrong, but a stethoscope. I definitely said that wrong, but y'all get what I'm saying around it because we already knew that people were gonna say Dr. Cigars or Dominican Republic Cigars. We knew it. I mean, it was the inevitable. So, well, we decided that we was gonna go ahead and change the name. I talked to one of my partners that he I wouldn't say advises for me, but he was like, man, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's gonna be really hard to market. And I'm like, well, shit, I ain't got no more ideas. Man, he was like, man, how about Dapper D's? I'm like, Dapper D's? I mean, that's too close to Dapper Dan's, ain't it? He was like, I ain't never seen no Dapper D cigars. Dapper Dan trademarked his name, but he didn't trademark the Dapper and the D. I was like, man, you right on. So I went ahead and did this whole Google search and this trademark search and started moving the process for that. And I did see it was a Dapper Cigars. a Dapper cigar company, excuse me. And I realized, I was like, man, that's a great idea. That's exactly what it is that we wanted to do for the lounge. Is make it a more elegant lounge, a more, high-end lounge. Okay, cool. So Dapper, correlates with elegancy and, setting the bar. So I said, I came home, I thought about it, and I pitched to my wife. I said, honey, you think this would be a great name? She was like, actually, I think that'd be a dope name. And I was like, oh shit. So the initial name, the actual business name, was supposed to be Dapper D's Cigar Emporium. And I was like, man, that sounds amazing. I love it. But it was too long. So I couldn't do that. So I was like, man, we're gonna make it the LLC, the Emporium, but we're gonna DBA Dapper D's and trademark Dapper D's cigars. So, and that's exactly what it is that we did. And I said all of that to say this: marketing is not only about the brand or what it is that you're selling. The name of the actual company has to signify who you are or what you're doing, right? For me, I took it as this is my baby. So I took this very personal, but I realized that every single company that actually started their company in the beginning has some correlation to them, right? It's so easy to go out here and be like, oh, I like that idea. I'm going to take that name or I'm going to do a spin on it and change it. I was like, that is the most uncreative thing that you could possibly do, because it's like plagiarism. You didn't just, if you was reading something in high school or at college and you wanted to write a paper on it and you wanted to use that same phrase in the paper, and if you didn't quote it, it was plagiarism. Same concept, man. You guys have to be more creative with everything that you're doing, and I think that's really what pushed my marketing strategy. Because one thing about cigars is it's not really a well advertised market, right? A lot of companies don't put money into advertising. Me personally, I don't understand why not, but I understand what I'm gonna do, right? But a lot of companies don't put money into their advertising. They say, well, it's word of mouth. I said, okay, well, word of mouth as well as, the old ways of doing things is old. I mean, it's 2020. I have seen more e-commerce site come up than anything. I talk to manufacturers on a daily. And I remember even in March, when I said I was going to go ahead and do this, I wanted to start my e-commerce. I wanted to start building my inventory so I could supply my e-commerce. They was like, well, do you have a brick and mortar? I was like, well, I plan on opening one, but we haven't secured any, funding or anything like that to make it happen. So they was like, well, we only support brick and mortars. And I understand, for 50, 60 years, this is what y'all been doing. There was no other way to sell cigars, right? Cigar International, I think, has been around since maybe 2009, 2010. So it's been a couple years. But I mean, that was like coronavirus back in March. We didn't know what it was. How is this going to work? How are we going to do that? You know what I mean? And naturally, manufacturers got scared. So what they realized is during the pandemic, when cigar lounges had to shut down, there was no lounging area. You can only buy cigars as a curbside pickup and different things of that nature. They decided that, man, every brick and mortar should have an e-commerce. And I agree. I 100% agree. But I tell you what, having an e-commerce is not as easy as it may think. It can get pretty stressful. You got people all around the world shopping your stuff whenever it is that they want to shop it. So, you have to make sure your inventory is up to par, and you have to make sure that everything that you're doing is good. But where I feel a lot of people go wrong is a lot of brick and mortars don't really put money into the humidor. I mean, I'm just being honest. Just being honest. most brick and mortars don't have huge humidors. They have maybe 75 to 100 square feet, 150 square feet max. But then you have giants in the industry that has their whole freaking 3,200 square foot store is a humidor. So I mean, it's really no in between. It's either little or big, And I feel like when it comes to marketing, you have to be able to position yourself in a position that's going to be advantageous for your company. Because if it's not advantageous for your company, then what are you doing? I say it all the time. I've said it plenty of times. If you're not growing, then you're dying. And if you're dying, I mean, let's just say your business is gone. I mean, they're just being facts. So how do you understand marketing in a way that is not too much on you, but it's also an easy way to market your business? How can you grow your business if you want to? You ain't even got to be in a cigar business. I use the cigar business as a reference because that's what I do. That's where I'm at. But in reality, you don't have to use the cigar business. It goes for anything. If you make t-shirts, okay, let's use t-shirts. That is a highly saturated market. What are you going to do to separate yourself? And you can't use Joe Smoes that you've seen, because he in LA and you in New York. You can't use that. You gotta figure out something that catches people's eyes, right? And I think with social media now, it is no absolutely reason that you can't market your stuff in more ways than just word of mouth. Like even big cigar companies go live on IG. Even big cigar companies go live on YouTube or go live here on Facebook. Like, this is what you have to do. People want to know, is this company, one, reputable? Two, are they knowledgeable? Three, what is their products like? And four, who are they? More people nowadays are more into you than it is the company. And, I always reference my homeboy, Johnny Smokes Uncut, man. Shout out to Johnny Uncut. Johnny Smokes Uncut, man. Johnny is works part-time at CI. Kind of like the face when it comes to like big events, And Johnny asked me a question in one of his whereabouts, and he said, "Jack, why did you bring me on your show?" He was like, "I'm just Johnny." And I said, "Johnny, you're not just Johnny, because you, Johnny, you have built this reputation. But not only have you built this reputation, you have had a reputable company behind you to help you build your reputation. People love you, and when people love you, you can do anything. I guarantee this. Right-handed guy, I don't even know why he hasn't done it yet, for real. If he was to come out with a cigar, he'll sell out. Or if he was to go with a cigar company, he'll sell out. I mean, his accounts will be through the roof, all that. People love Johnny. So people are going to naturally buy your product when they love you. And that was the moral of the story. They want to get to know you. They want to get to know who you are as a person. So I let you in. That's how I feel. I'll let you in. What do you want to know about me? You can ask away. If anybody that follows up with me on, I most definitely will. T, I get to your question here in a little bit. If you ever want to know, something, or you have a question, I've made myself very flexible. I mean, for you guys, literally, if you want to know something, you need me to make a video, I will let you know. I will let you know just like that. And, sometimes, shout out to D-Hub. Yeah, they hit you up. Don't be wanting nothing. But it's all about being you. It's about being what y'all see every Sunday, every Thursday. It's me. I kid you not. When I realized when I first started this thing, it was about, man, how can I get this? I don't care if people watch. I don't care if people like. Because the thing about this, what I find myself is I find myself watching videos from 2015, from 2017. People share stuff that Cigar Aficionado wrote in 2012. I don't care. I don't care if you watch it. I don't care if you like it. But this is me. This is what we do for that. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's all about, bro. And now I feel like I'm talking to somebody, but I'm really not. But that's what it's all about. And now we're gonna convey this whole message, and we're gonna put it in a perspective that will allow you to understand a marketing strategy to a point that now you can leave this video, and in whatever business it is that you're doing, you can go replicate that. Now, Justin, my brother, man, we are opening January 2021. January 2021. Now, a lot of people are like, man, just give me the date. Hey, look, I am shooting for a particular day, and I have the particular date in my head. We were supposed to open in November. Let's tell you a little backstory to this. We were supposed to open in November. We didn't open in November simply due to the fact that the city decided they was going to hold on to our plans for 4 months. I mean, this is legit story. And last thing I would do is put out another date, have to change up plans, and I mean, it's unnecessary headache. So what I'm going to do is a month before the opening date, I'm going live. And I'm going to announce the date in. Now, one thing about our grand open, I promise you, man, you don't got to believe me. Just know I'm the Jack. I ain't going to lie to you. This thing is going to be a red carpet event. Be one of the biggest events that you can be in Jacksonville on that day. Legitimately. What we got coming that day, we setting that bar, man. It's setting that dang bar. Setting the dang bar. You feel me? So just if you can, and anybody else who's watching, if you can go ahead and be here on grand opening in January, which I announced in December, I would try, man. We got a whole bunch of people coming down from Pennsylvania, Arizona, South Carolina, North Carolina, Chicago, Miami. I mean, Tampa, Atlanta. I mean, we got some people coming out, man. You know, I just be trying to figure out where to be at on Sundays, but you know, I don't care about none of that. No, I'm just kidding, man. But anyway, so the marketing strategy that you come up with, right? It has to be one that's advantageous for your business, and it has to make sense for your business. One thing I have adopted, and I will always do, is I post cigars, man. Hey, thanks you so much, brother, man. I appreciate you. If you need anything, go to DapperDCigars.com, brother. D-Hub, man, we didn't forget about you in Texas, man. I can't forget about you, bro. I did this whole shout out for you because you the person that will hit me up talking useless stuff daily. But man, I appreciate you and I love your support, brother. But that marketing strategy had to be sufficient for your business. Like, you know, for me, I take pictures of my cigars. It takes zero amount of effort, zero amount of energy to take the picture and, you know, put my little watermark on it with my logo and send it out. But what I do is I go above and beyond because, again, at Dapper D's, one thing that I want to convey and one thing that when you walk through those doors, I want you to know is that if it's not me, the employee that's sitting there making recommendations on cigars has a keen understanding of what cigars are great, where they come from, what kind of notes they have, what they pair with. That is the standard that we want to set. So instead of sitting here just uploading this picture, and not saying nothing, which I think people like more than anything, because I think a lot of people may look at my post and be like, oh, he just think he knows everything about cigars. No, I just study cigars. Like this is what I do. You know, I'm very knowledgeable on cigars. This is my passion. So instead of doing that, which I know people will like and love and all that, I decided I'm going to go a step further, and I'm going to give you the backstory behind this cigar. What kind of notes you're going to taste when you smoke this cigar? Where it's from? What kind of wrapper, binder, and filler does this cigar has? What's the burn qualities? What factory was it rolled in? And that is part of a marketing strategy. It's simple. As much as I post, as much as I educate, again, this stuff, I don't care about the likes. None of this stuff is for the now, right? And I think that's the biggest thing that people mess up on, is they try to focus on the now instead of the future. Don't focus on it now, because your business probably ain't ready for anything that's gonna happen in the future right now anyway. So you gotta sit here and build a marketing strategy that's gonna be sufficient for that. So another thing that I do my YouTube. Now, before any of this started, Jack the Cigar Enthusiast was a thing. I was already uploading. I think it even got to a point where I was uploading 2 videos a month. But again, I wasn't worried about the now. I wasn't worried about how many views that people were going to look at. I was worried about the future, because when Dapper These are the thing, and I decide I don't want to record videos no more, I have enough content to keep going. So it's about marketing strategy. And like I told my homeboy Sean, shout out to Sean Monroe out of the smoking section last week, this stuff takes time. I think a lot of people are now trying to get into, the podcast realm, which, I mean, shoot, I'm new to it. I started August with just the idea from talking to one of my boys. Shout out to LaShawn Gidron, All About Me family, man. We was talking on the phone, and I mean, the conversation was like an hour long. And I said, man, what we just talked about, people need to hear. What we know, what we try to, convey to people need to hear it. People need to hear it. So I said, man, we should go live. We should schedule a live. Man, we didn't know, and this is the beauty about God, man. We didn't know about StreamYard or any broadcasting, platforms. We was like, man, we just gonna go live. We gonna have a conversation and go live. And we was brainstorming thoughts about what we were gonna call it. And that's when, boom, the virtual smoke deck came up. I'm like, the virtual smoke deck. Me personally, I'm thankful for the Navy. The Navy, got me some good disability. But I mean, I really try to stay as far away from the Navy as I possibly can, due to the fact that, my last couple of years in the Navy just wasn't pleasant for me. I hated every moment of it. And it was just, I mean, I'm just speaking my opinion, right? So when he said that, I'm like, hell no, man, we can't do no virtual smoke deck. I was like, man, but it resonated in my mind, because the smoke deck is where I decided that, man, I'm gonna open up me a cigar lounge, or more or less that I wanted to open up a cigar lounge. I mean, seriously, we used to have something on deployment. Tanner will be able to tell you, me and my homeboy Pop, man, we used to get together these. It's called cigar sessions or something that we came up with. And we used to be on the back of the fantail. True story. The fantail is the back of the ship, right? That's the very back of the ship and all that stuff. So we used to get some brothers to come out there. We used to get cigars from Cigars Warriors. Obviously, people had their own. People going to port by Cubans and all that stuff. And I shout out to Santiago, because I said on our last one that we had out there, I said, I'm gonna open up me a cigar lounge. Santiago reached out to me about 2 weeks ago and was like, man, brother, I'm so proud of you, man. I just thought you was one of those sailors that just be lying and, just saying something. It was going to be in the Navy forever, but you really got out and do it, man. Send me this package to Japan. I was like, you got an FBO address? He said, yeah. I said, I got you. But, a lot of people talk things and then, it all makes sense. I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. So takes me back to the virtual smoke deck. And when I finally started thinking about it, I was like, there's actually no better name to call it the virtual smoke deck. Because on the virtual smoke deck, you have conversations. You don't know the accuracy behind it, but I mean, you really you see people genuinely, right? This is where a lot of people, plead their frustration and everything that's going on, and this is really the time for it. And I was like, man, it's great. And then on top of that, you have Cigar and Business Talk, which is literally I'm just smoking cigars and legitimately talking about business. I mean, I swear to God, I promise you, if you just listen to some of the stuff I say, you ain't gotta listen to all of it. But if you was to listen to some of these cigar and business talks, I was telling my homeboy, he was like, man, I've been into the cigars, but I realized you. I said, bro, if you just go watch the videos, you will have everything you need. It'll save you a bunch of time, a bunch of effort, a bunch of research, because I went over how to start a business plan. I went over how to freaking to get funding and how to build relationships with banks. I went over how to create a marketing strategy, which we're about to get to the fundamentals of those. We went over that, man. And this is some deep down stuff that a lot of people don't know. And I tell you what, a lot of rich people won't tell you, because everybody seems like it's competition. But me, I don't think it's competition. I want you to win. I'm going to win. I'm not worried about not winning. I'm going to win. I want you to win. And Tanner, man, you spot on. You spot on, because that is how me and you got close. That's how me and Pop got close. That's how a lot of people got close. That's how me and Sean got close. That's how me and cigars build brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what they do. They build those things. So it's all about going out there to do it. So for your marketing strategy, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. And if it does not make sense, then it would never collectively come together. So you have to sit here and figure out how it makes sense. Because once you just start doing stuff because people want to do it, or people been doing it, it's never gonna truly amount to what it is that your end goal was. A lot of people end goal is to get on these podcasts, have 17,000 views in one day. That's their end goal. But people want it now. You want it now. Well, Jack, you ain't been in it long enough to get it now. And on top of that, you a dude. So people don't necessarily want to sit here and watch dudes all day. So when it changes, when the gender changes or your skin tone changes, things change. But nothing changes when it's your time. So your marketing has to be on point. It is not something that you can to sit here and be like, oh, I get to it tomorrow. Man, I honestly did not want to do a Black Friday sale. I'll be completely honest with you, man. Because I feel like I already priced my cigars at an advantageous price point that's the lowest on the internet. Y'all heard what I said. The lowest on the internet. And, I didn't feel like, I'm already discounting my cigars. Whatever percent I discount, I ain't going to tell y'all everything. But whatever I discount to be the lowest. So why do I need to do a Black Friday sale? But I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to convey that message, but I'm also give you 10%. I'm going to give you 10% because anything after that is not advantageous for me. It's not. You go to some of these cigars. I think this one that I'm holding right now is probably like maybe $14, $13. Man, you go find this cigar in somebody else's brick and mortar for $25, for $24, $23. You'll go find this same price point compare. Price point compare. I mean, price point compare, man. I mean, gun for gun, blow for blow, we can go. But, again, Dapper D's ain't got the same reputation as everybody got, and I'm okay with that. But I am going to tell you that when it comes to making sure Dapper D's is good to go, I'm going to make sure I'm always good, man. I'm always going to make sure I'm good, brother. What's going on, John? Man, thank you for tuning in. And you're very generous to the people, stick to your guns, brother. Hey, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I can't change. I won't change. But when it comes to marketing, people are going to get tired of it before they love it. They're going to get tired of it. And I know people get tired of me posting, but guess what? I'm going to still do it. And it's all about persistency. It's how persistent are you to your business to make sure your business is going to strive. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. You know, I think some of the most persistent people is car salesmen. Seriously. These dudes, have you noticed that they will walk around a whole lot with you for about 2 to 3 hours, and you walk out, you won't buy a car, and then they definitely mad you didn't buy a car, but they call you back the next day. Hey, you know, I was thinking about you, wanted to check and see if you had the time to think about the Taurus that we looked at yesterday. Would you like to come in and do another test drive? Some just key facts, just in case you forgot about it. It has a brand new radio, has some brand new tires, brand new windshield wipers, just, you know, oil change for a year, so on and so on. And then guess what? They call the next person and do the same thing because it's about persistency. At the end of the day, people want to see consistency and persistency. And if you don't have those things, your business is not going to last. If you're not growing, then you're dying. It's simple. It's simple. So the market strategy and a couple key points. Have a why to your business. Have a why. Not just solve the problem, but why are you trying to solve this problem? You know it's a problem, okay? But why are you trying to solve this problem? And I say this because when you understand how to solve the problem, then, oh, I got you, brother. When you're trying to solve the problem, then now you're able to and you have a why you want to solve the problem. It resonates more here versus here. When you try to understand why the problem needs to be fixed, then when you talk to people, it's going to convey itself. When you post things about your business, it's going to convey itself. It's going to make sense to anybody that's watching. I'm smoking on a Palencia Irma Fuente Robusto. I think it's a 5x50. Great freaking cigar, man. I'm actually pairing it with some Jefferson's bourbon. And then the little I could help, you people will be known. Dapper D's up here, and they're the damn gummit. I don't know what that means, but I love it. I love you, John. I love you. And AT, back to your question as well. Back to you as well, man. That these come in several sizes, man. So just go check out the website, dapperdscigars.com, man. If you need any help, just let me know. But anyway, so you understand the why you want to solve your problem. Once you understand the why you want to solve the problem, then now you're able to convert over to how are you going to grow your business, right? We're going to say you already down the, you got the funding. Now it's on advertisement and marketing. Now, obviously, one thing you can go do is buy a billboard. You know, people would sit up here, especially billboard Nazis or anti-billboards, would tell you billboards don't work. But I tell you what, I drive a lot on the highway and I look at billboards. I do. And I think anybody will be lying and say, no, I don't look at billboards. You may not stop and go do it, but you see it. And it's attractive to you because that's marketing. So one thing that we have is you have the power of social media. You build you a reputation. You build you some great people like everybody I've highlighted here. You know, great people that, I mean, just been rocking with me. So you build you a sufficient, support group that's gonna help you take your business. Because people, I'm telling you, if I sat up here and talked about Dapper D's all the time and nobody else is doing it, I'm losing. Everybody knows I'm gonna talk about it. They don't care if I'm gonna talk about it. Who else can you do? So that means that when you do start building your business, you need to offer like merchandise. You need to offer things that makes people signified. So you go out and you literally, spend money on marketing stuff like polos, like t-shirts, like stickers, man. One thing that Johnny does, and I know I'm kind of using Johnny's name, and I don't even know where mine is, but he have patches. Sean does stickers. This type of stuff is just marketing. That's it. People are gonna love it. If people love you, then they're gonna support your brand. Period. So, and then on top of that, you have to stay consistent in what it is that you're gonna do. I have made it my personal goal to post daily. I don't really have a amount each day, but I know this, that if I post at least 2 times a month, 2 times a day, then that creates 730 posts throughout a year if I post every day. So if I'm sitting here and I lose, a day, that's fine. So the thing about it is, if people always does this, they go to your Instagram and they scroll. If they scroll one or two times and it stops, you don't have enough content. On your YouTube, you scroll. One thing about YouTube that people, give a misconception of is that everything has to be perfect. I'm talking to myself right now, and I'm literally sounding like my wife. I promise you. But before we get there, you have to be, have a routine of what you're gonna post, how you're gonna post. What are you gonna post? Is it gonna be motivational, or is it just gonna be your products? You have to switch those things up. You have to. I don't personally like to always take a picture of myself with a cigar, but every now and again I do it. Because it's called switching it up. But I'm all about, cigar education and how I can, all about, staying consistent, period. So once you have that, man, John, man, that's why you're the GOAT, bro. Please share. And then once you figure out what your routine is going to be, figure out what the content is going to be. You should never run out of content. I look at it like this. I have 295 or plus cigars on my website. I got 28 more boxes coming this week. So what I'm saying is I have enough cigars to smoke one brand new cigar a day. So instead of posting your favorite that you want, every day and that you love and all that stuff, man, post cigars that, it's different. One thing I try to do is I try to highlight every single cigar, a new cigar that come out. I want to be the first to review it. I may not be the one that everybody run to, but I can say at least I had a review on it, And I think a lot of people don't realize that all my cigars that I review, I've smoked them, and I have developed my, those reviews off of what I felt when I smoked them and what I know about the cigar. So it's all about just as constant education, and then you have to engage into your people and into your fan base. A lot of people don't like being called fans, but your support system. Engage into your support system. Figure out what it is that you're missing that they want to see. And I think that's more or less everything that we have done. When it comes to building my business, man, I incorporate the why. I incorporate consistency and persistency, and I incorporate the people that support it. I tell you what, one thing that we're gonna do at Dapper D's, man, you're gonna feel like a freaking king when you walk in that mug and leave it. I mean, you can know you're gonna get cussed out when you get home because your wife told you don't go to the cigar and spend all that money. But I promise you're gonna feel good about it, right? Because it's all about people want that feeling. People want to feel good. So how do you give it to them? You know what I mean? How do you give it to them? And it's simple. Just do it. Marketing is one of the easiest things, but you just have to sit here and give it time. People don't manifest, people don't mature overnight. So you got to give it time. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. You got to have everything that you need to be successful. It's all up here, man. I was watching church today, and I ain't gonna get too biblical today. I was watching church today, and the pastor said something. We would love to have you, John. The pastor said something about when you follow your passion, you fulfill your purpose. When you fulfill your purpose, you magnify the kingdom. And my passion is cigars. And I know that as long as we stay consistent and persistent on to what it is that we're supposed to do, God gonna have us. We're gonna hit everything. I kid you not. And I say it live. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it live because that is something that between me and him and my wife, clearly. But things are about to change. Consistency is happening. And you know, with everybody's support that's watching, bro, like we are seriously gonna take this thing to the next level. It's too many gems on this podcast, on this virtual smoke deck, for it not to be in everybody's hands. So I already know, you know, everybody that's watching, everybody that's gonna tune in next week, everybody that's gonna tune in next month, everybody that's gonna tune in next year and see this video, it's because of you. It's because of the people here right now that's done everything for us. And I love you guys, man. I kid you not. And I think you guys are one of my most important assets when it comes to marketing. Literally. I mean, just think about it. How does anything go viral? Because people talk about it. So if you stop discounting your assets, then nobody's gonna talk about you. You're not gonna go viral. I mean, even if you're not gonna go viral, you're not gonna gain the clientele that you want to reach. That's it. That's it, man. Consistency, persistency, and determination. That's the best. That's the best marketing strategy I can advise you, because those are the things that's going to take your business to the next level. Period. For real. So stay consistent on those. Even when it gets tiring, my wife tells me all the time, "Oh my God, all you do is cigars." I said, "Honey, this right here, I don't do this. I don't come on here, you know, to be like, man, I'm Jack the cigar enthusiast and I'm here to give you a show. I come on here because I enjoy this. You know, I like doing this. I like educating. I like talking. I like motivating. I like being inspirational. You know what I mean? And I don't do it on purpose. This is my gift. It's my purpose. This is my purpose. So why not follow it? Why not follow it? If you wanna do this, man, it's easy, bro. It's easy. Just do it. It ain't even got to be about cigars. Whatever it is that you was thinking about doing yesterday, do it. And one thing about 2020, if it hasn't taught you that you have to be flexible, the best person to bid on is you. And you gotta go get it. If you can't do those, then I promise you it's gonna be hard for you anyway. But when you do those things, and just trust your gut will never tell you a lie. I mean, just when something don't feel right, what gets funny the first time? I mean, what is the first thing that gets funny? Your stomach. Your heart start racing. You're like, man, I don't know about this. I don't feel this. And that's it. So when it comes to marketing, man, just stay consistent, man. Stay consistent on it. Even when people don't want to see it, guess what? People are gonna go. I mean, just think of any big podcast, right? Any podcast that's huge right now that doesn't have a celebrity name to it, I bet it's been around for a while. Oh, my lighter just went out. I bet it's been around for a while. I bet it's been, you know, I bet it's been around for a while. I bet it didn't get overnight, you know, statue. It takes time. Breakfast Club. I mean, perfect example. Perfect example. I mean, it took time for them to build the Breakfast Club. Now it's one of the most listened podcasts, because that's what it is, or radio show on the land. On the land. But it took time. Who the hell was Angela Yee? Who is DJ Envy? And who was Charlamagne the Guy before the Breakfast Club? Nobody knew. I mean, nobody knew. But they took the time, they stayed consistent, they stayed persistent, and they kept putting out content. I had one guy try to discourage me one time, and I tell you, it almost worked. Hey, Jack, you posting too much. Mind your business. Don't tell me what I'm doing. You don't know my vision. So you can't sit up here and try to tell me how my vision should be going. I post enough because I'm not worried about tomorrow's likes. I'm not worried about today's likes. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm worried about when it's time. When it's time, people got a question: how to cut a cigar. Hey man, I got this video, man. Go check out how to cut a cigar by Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. Man, How to Season a Humidor. Man, go check out How to Season a Humidor by Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. Hey, man, man, what's the top 5 cigars for a beginner? Go check out Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. He did one of those on there. What's the difference between Brothers and Sisters of the Leaf? Man, go check that video out, man. He did a video on that. Man, what does PSSITA stand for? Oh, he did a video on that too, man. Go ahead and check that out. What's the difference between the rappers? Man, go check that out, man. He got a video, and that's what it's all about. You know, I'm telling you, I kid you not, man. And some of these videos, dead serious. Some of these videos I look at, man, I watched my introduction video to YouTube today. Man, I was dying because what I know now and what I knew then, boy, it was rough. I remember doing that video, man. Kid you not. I want to say I re-recorded that video maybe 80 times. Like, I kid you not. Because what I was doing. Hey, Ron, my brother, my traveling man, you are all good. You are all good, champ. I ain't worried about you being late. Late is better than never. You know what I mean? But I was watching it, man. And one thing that I had when I first got into the YouTube game was I needed to make everything perfect. So I would stress myself out trying to make it all perfect. You know, my wife tells me something all the time, and one thing about me, I'm a perfectionist. I like to study my craft. I like to be perfect as much as I possibly can, and so she told me, she's like you're in the beginnings. It's okay to suck. She didn't say suck, but she was like, it's okay to, you know, not have it all together. And I was like, man, you're absolutely right. It's okay. You know, just because you have this perfection, Amazon didn't perfect this strategy. And I mean, they started in 2018. I mean, not 2018, 98. I want to say they figured it out, 2013, 2012? So it took time, man. It took time. And I think that's the biggest thing that I had to focus on. It takes time, man. So I was watching that video and the edits was trash. But I mean, you look at that video compared to the one I just did on Thursday, you'll be like, Jesus, this is night and day. You know, when you look at my first virtual smoke bag, I didn't have no clue how to do this, man. I didn't have no clue how to do this. I was sitting here behind a desk, had a cover, no lighting, dark as hell. I thought the light from the window was gonna be enough night to, you know, brighten me up. Not even a case. You know, I was using earphones. Now I got a microphone. You know, it's all about growing. It's all about, you know, staying consistent, staying persistent, man. So I said all of that to say, you know, I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate your support. I appreciate those people that share. I appreciate those people that, you know, if you don't smoke cigars, man, telling your friends about Dapper D cigars. You know, tell them where they can go buy a cigar at. You know, I appreciate those people that didn't know the process, didn't know, you know, who Dapper D's was, didn't know if it was scam, but yet they took the effort. You know, I mean, not the effort, but they took the risk on supporting me, and I guarantee, you know, those are the same people that is gonna be here to the end. You know, I got people that I used to talk to, be really good friends with, out when I lived somewhere else. I used to smoke cigars with them all the time. Them to the day has never came and supported. But again, you know, I tell people now, I'm gonna wrap up, man. Support comes in many fashions. Doesn't just mean that you need to go spend your money, but a like. You know, if you're gonna buy a cigar and you say I'm your guy or whatever the case may be, and you know I got the cigar, then go buy it for me. But even if you don't, man, you go ahead and I don't know, just share the video, man. I appreciate everybody that shared the video. I appreciate everybody that commented. Like the engagement is when people, I mean, that's just crazy. The engagement, you know, people can literally be busy, but it takes nothing to, you know, just mount your phone up and just listen. You know, to give somebody a like, it doesn't hurt. To give somebody a love, it doesn't hurt. That's support. That's support. That is support right there, man. So I tell you what, man, I thank you, each and every one of you guys, and anybody that's gonna listen to this in the future, man. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything you're doing to help us to make it to our goal, because it's without y'all, it's not possible. Couple updates. I don't really get to do this too much because I have my special guest. I think next week we have Terrence Riley from Aganosa Leaf. He's going to be joining us on the virtual smoke deck next week. If y'all don't know Terrence, he is the national sales for Aganorsa. Aganorsa has been doing their freaking thing. I think I'm going to smoke their $2 cigar next week, which is one of my favorites, honestly, for budget sticks. So tune in next week to be able to sit down and chat and ask Terrence whatever questions that you have about Aganorsa. December is a good month. You know, obviously Christmas is around the corner. Holidays is approaching us, and I already did one with Johnny. I did one with Johnny in I don't know, but I got a video with Johnny. Me and Johnny was talking about that last week. He wanted to get me on his podcast. I told him, let's do it, man. We can go ahead and do it, bro, with no questions asked. Terrence definitely got the best hair. He's freaking tall as crap too. But anyway, where do we go? Dang, John, see, you threw me off, man. I was on track, and then you threw me off, bro. No, seriously. So Aganorsa, December is a busy month. I want to tell everybody that's gonna either watch this now, watch it later, whatever the case may be. Our goal is always to get our product out as fast as we possibly can. I mean, I have some people that order, an hour, and then we'll ship it out. Like that's the standard. But there is some things that we can't do that on. So I appreciate everybody's understanding and support, and just know it's holiday season. Mail is gonna slow down a little bit because there's it's an influx of packages being shipped. Your 1 day turnaround or a couple hour turnaround for your orders is probably gonna slow down. We've been getting a lot of orders. Even on Black Friday, man. I was like I said, I'm grateful for you guys because tomorrow is about sending out packages. Like legitimately, that's all we're doing tomorrow. And that's what it's all about. It's all about understanding. Just understand what we're trying to do. Understand we're a small business. We don't have a production team. It's me, my wife, sometimes even my daughter. This is what we do. So my goal is to give you the best customer service while providing you the best quality of product. So thank y'all so much for understanding that and just bearing with me. Now there is a couple things that we're selling out of, and I promise you every time I get them in, they sell out. So if you're looking for something particular, or even if I don't have a cigar on my website that you're really looking for, man, DM me directly what it is that you can get. If I can get it, I'll put on the website the next day or the same day for you to go ahead and purchase, and let you know it's going to be a couple of days before you get it. So just let me know. I want to know what you guys want. And then December, I said it before. December, we're posting. Well, we're gonna do an announcement of our grand opening. When we do that, we're gonna have a event booking app that's gonna allow us to register who's all coming and help us get a tally of what it is that we're trying to do. So whenever that announcement comes, man, make sure you click that link and go ahead and RSVP for that event. Is going to be epic. This is the red carpet event. If you're in Jacksonville, Florida, man, one thing about Dapper D's, I just be honest and I break it to you now. This is an elegant upscale cigar lounge, man. There is going to be a dress code, but I tell you what, grand opening, I mean, it's we suited and booted, literally. Freaking ladies, man, get your dresses out. Get that $3,000-$5,000 dress out, because that's the type of event that we're doing. So you'll definitely enjoy yourself. If you can, man, definitely come out, man. It's gonna be epic. And then December 27th, I am going to spend my Christmas in Gatlinburg. And I do want everybody to know now is December 27th, we are not doing a virtual smoke deck. The next virtual smoke deck would be January 3rd, which that's, I believe, I don't want to go on, official and say it, but I think that's when we're getting Lit Torch and Kia back. So that'll be our first one. So, use that time to really, just kind of decompress and really get back. And also, we're not recording that Thursday either. That Thursday, I believe, is Christmas or Christmas Eve. We won't be recording then as well. Literally the entire time I'm in the mountains, I'll be posting cigars still. I'll be posting reviews, but I'm just not going to be, posting, doing any YouTube videos or virtual smoke deck. So with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. I hate when I'm the only one talking. I never really get to smoke my cigar, but I'm about to go enjoy my cigar. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment, man. As always, I appreciate you guys' support. Share. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button. Even though we're at the end, still hit that share button. Hit that like button. I want to see that like button go crazy, as well as go ahead and follow Dapper D Cigars on Instagram and Facebook, so you get all the updating things that we got going on, man. So with that being said, I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. I hope everybody enjoyed their night as well. And fly Eagles fly, man. We about to hopefully get a win tomorrow, but probably not. With that being said, I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast, and I'm gone.